G'day viewers, back again for another cooking segment with Mix Hawker. Now, still at the same location. This will be my last episode at this particular location. And we're trying something different this time, and I reckon it'll work. We've done a bit of research. We'll turn the phone around the other way, so I guess you call it landscape. We reckon that maybe there's going to be a bit more of, you know, because it seems to crop it too much, we've noticed. And anyway, not saying the last videos weren't, you know, they were nearly exceptional. This one is probably going to be exceptional. But anyway, here we go. What we're going to do here, this is very, very basic, and it's all it's going to be is baked potatoes. We were sitting here, it's bloody 3:10 in the afternoon. We're not even hungry, but we're going to be hungry in a few hours' time, because you work up an appetite in places like this, you know, along the river, just sitting here pretty much doing nothing. You just get hungry. And what I've done on this occasion though, I've been heating up the oven, but I've got it on the tripod, and I've got it hovering over the coals. This is not going to be a 20-minute cook. This is going to be cooked for a couple of hours, I reckon. This is potatoes in a jacket we're going to be cooking, and I'll show you my secret to getting these looking good, which we're not, you know, you can improve on this as well. I'll give you some information to improve on this as well, but potatoes in the jacket, they're fantastic, I reckon. What we do with this tripod though is we can have it, I can adjust it. I can keep feeding those coals underneath there. Those coals are going to stay really hot too, purely because you've got the airflow that goes through, right? Because I've got that hovering over it, right? So the airflow is going to go through, the coals are going to stay hotter. But just say it gets a little bit cold or whatever, I want to change things up a little bit, I can actually move one of these arms, that one or this one over here preferably, because it's bloody furthest from the fire. That one's not going to be scalding hot, like, you know, because we all know how good I am at burning my bloody hands. And all I have to do is lift up this one leg, move it back a bit, bang, you're sitting on the coals. Move it back less, if I want to, you know, all of a sudden it's hovering not as much, you know, and so on. Hover it more, whatever. Now, that's the plan at this stage. Now, I've got the coals underneath there, heating up my oven. I'm going to put the potatoes in there shortly. Once I've got the potatoes in there going, then I'm going to get some more coals and put them on top, like I did with the scones on my previous video. Now, the secret with these is, right, is getting the right potato. We haven't got the right potatoes. We didn't know we was going to do this. This is a last minute thing, and I'm not driving into town to get the right potatoes. But if you get like our Dutch cream, is that what they're called, Mel? Dutch creams. We tried Dutch creams recently. Melissa said she doesn't talk because she doesn't like her voice on the video she's found, so she just nods her head from now on. She reckons her voice sounds bad on the video. But Dutch creams, we used those once and they were absolutely fantastic. They just couldn't believe how nice they were. Anyway, all I do is I punch holes in these all over. You know, it hasn't got to be too, it's not going to take forever. Once you've punched the holes in them, then you oil them up, which is what I'm going to be doing. Just cover the exterior with oil and then salt. All right, this is the secret, the oil and the salt. Salt and oil on the outside of the spuds. Bung them in the oven, put the coals on top, and you'll be amazed. Well, I'm hoping these ones are going to turn out okay. Because as I said, we haven't got the perfect potatoes for this. But you know, a bit like everything else I've cooked this weekend with the shepherd's pies and the scones, we had to compromise and make adjustments to make things work, you know. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with trying new stuff out as well sometimes. Just because someone, and just because I'm telling you to cook it a certain way, you know, geez, I do heaps of things wrong. Don't worry about that. My wife will vouch for that. And you know, it doesn't mean you can't learn from. I reckon you can learn from people that are got no idea what they're doing. You learn from their mistakes, and that may be the case in this situation. So anyway, what I'll do is I'm going to oil these up and salt them up, and then I'll bang them in there. But bye for now, and I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, so what I've done is put the potatoes straight in there after I've pricked them. Added a little bit of oil so that they're coated in oil down the skin. I haven't got them sitting in the oil or anything. There's a little bit of oil actually in the oven still, but I haven't got them sitting in the oven, in the oil I should say, sorry. And all I've done, put a bit of salt over it. But you hear that sound? That sound is music. Music to the ears, you know what it is? One thing about cooking with camp ovens, sometimes if you're cooking a roast dinner, you cook with your ears. You want to hear that noise all the time. That's the difference between if you're cooking scones, you can't cook with your ears because you can't hear anything really with scones. You just got to sort of, I guess, from experience, know the temperature of your oven and then go from there. But you know, like you can cook with your ears when you're cooking a roast lamb or a roast beef, or even these roast potatoes in this instance as well, you know, because you can hear it. Perfect. Roast veggies, cook with your ears. As long as you can hear that sizzle going, you're laughing. Now we've got a bit of heat there, and that's fantastic. Now what I'm going to do is I might move that a little bit closer to the ground, drop it down a little bit. I can actually take one leg out there and a little bit out of here, this side, just so that I centralise it. Oh, it's gone a little bit too far, I reckon. But that's all right there. Now, let's get some coals. Looks like there's some nice coals around this side actually. Oh yeah, these coals are better than what I had this morning. The coals I had this morning when I cooked the scones, geez, I was struggling to find some. You know, but the fire's been going all day, let's face it. If you haven't got coals, after it's been going all day, you've got a problem. Now, it'll be interesting to see, because I'm learning myself with these, how long they're going to keep that oven hot for. You know, is it an hour, or is it half an hour? But I'll let you know, and we'll keep an eye on it, and I'm going to sit and relax and enjoy this beautiful view, and we'll come back after this short break. Now, so this has been about half an hour or more, over half an hour I reckon. I've put a scoop of coals underneath the bottom, haven't put any more on top, apart from I've just brushed a few away, because now I'm going to crack it open the lid and have a look and see what we can get out of it. But wish me luck with this, because I don't want to get, the last thing you want is to get, oh shit, that was sealed. Oh, look at our potatoes. Is that quick? Oh, look at the bottom of them. Oh fuck, I've ruined them. We can eat that though. What I'll do is I'm going to let that keep going like that. Yeah, we'll pretend that never happened. Now I'll keep that going like that. I won't put any more underneath. If I put more on, it'll be on top, but I reckon they'll be fine. I'm hoping they'll be fine, because that's what we got. We've only got 4 potatoes. We've got no more potatoes. I'm going to put some, what are they called? Those, you can talk. Just, what's that meat called we got? Not the lamb chop, kofta. We brought kofta with us, and we're going to stick the kofta on the on this plate that I've got. It's like a griller, and we'll stick it on top of that, and we'll have a look, and that'll be magnificent. I reckon we'll be eating this in the next 20 minutes or so. What time? It's bloody early actually, but that's all right. We normally eat pretty early anyway. Oh yeah, we'll have some kofta, bit of that. We're going to make a garlic butter to put inside, because we've got no sour cream, or we haven't got any grated cheese or anything, so garlic butter on them, they'll be nice, you know. And that bit of black skin on it, that's all right, you know, we can sort that out. I'll cut a bit of that away or whatever. I might even eat some of that, because let's face it, I haven't brushed my teeth for 4 days anyway, so that's going to help. But all right, until next time. All right, so now taking our spuds off the hot coals, get them away from the bottom of our oven here. I left some up top here. These aren't actually hot anymore, but our oven is still warm, still cooking those spuds. I reckon that they didn't need much more anyway. Now, the kofta, lamb koftas, these are fantastic, these. Get these from Aldi, they're really nice. But what we do is with this thing, I bought this about 20 years ago from an old guy, and I reckon he's forgotten now, the poor old guy. God bless him. He was from out in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne, and he used to make them in his backyard. They're called bushbacues, I believe. It's a bushbacue.
There's a chain on that one, so it should have the peg, yeah?
Yeah, so I can lift that up. If I burn my hands again, though, I'm not going to be entirely happy about that, but you know, So that peg, that hole though, oh yeah, goes down to there. That's all right. That's all right. Now, these I've had this for 20 years, as I said. Don't believe that he would make them anymore. He was an older guy. I reckon he would have been 80 at the time. So unless he's 100, I can't, you know. But anyway, sometimes what you do is, what I used to do, is just bang this pole in the ground next to the fire, and you'd have flames licking the bloody meat, and everything would be charred. A bit like my potatoes over there. Now, all I've learnt is get some coals out. As I said to you yesterday with my previous video, you don't want coals, let's face it. You know, you do want coals. You don't want flames. Get the flames away. Put the coals, I've shoveled some coals underneath there. That heat up there is unbelievable. They're going to be magnificent. Spuds are still cooking over there. Lamb kofta. We've got the butter and the garlic happening over here, or Melissa has anyway. And we're going to be eating, you know, hopefully in the next 20 minutes. Let's face it, it's going to get dark pretty soon. It gets dark up here real early. And we want to be eating with a bit of light. There's nothing worse than eating in the dark, especially when you're eating black skinned potatoes. You want to sort of, you know, get rid of the, you want to just not eat the black skin, just face it. So, all right, so come back in 20 minutes or so. Okay, so we got our spuds out of the oven, and they're not as crispy as I would have liked, but you know what? They're cooked and they're okay. You know, I think they're going to be nice. It's going to be tasty with the garlic butter on it, so that's okay. We've got the coals over here. Look at these. These bloody look fantastic. We're going to we'll chuck them on, yeah, like that. And this is going to be our dinner for the night. Now, oh shit, what have I done? Anyway, what we're going to be doing once you've eaten this is going to be fantastic dinner tonight. No other veggies, that's it. It's going to be this tonight. We're going to be sitting around the fire, trying to stay up past 8 PM tonight is our main goal for the rest of the night, because the last 2 nights we've been in bed before 7. You know, I sleep so well when I'm up here. But that's going to be the challenge for tonight. And we'll just enjoy this. So thanks for watching this video, and remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.